So we have our beautiful site. Users go to log in, but then when they go back to our website, they get this ugly WP admin bar up at the top. Let's write a super simple code snippet that gets rid of that admin bar for non-admins using WPCodeBox. This is Joe from WPCodeBox. Let's get coding. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go down here to WPCodeBox, and this is a new snippet. So to get started, we're going to use a filter, and I can autocomplete. Now, add filter is a WordPress function that hooks a callback to a filter. And what filter are we going to use? We're going to use show admin bar. And right over here, it'll tell me it filters whether to show the admin bar. Returning a false to this hook is the recommended way to hide the admin bar. Tab to autocomplete makes it really easy having that documentation right in line inside the editor. Okay, so what are we going to do when we decide whether or not we're going to show the admin bar? We're going to write an anonymous function. So it's right here. We're just going to type in function, anonymous function, just like that, tab, and that's all we need right there. Okay, so now what we need to do is decide when to hide the admin bar, when to return false instead of show admin bar. So to do that, I'm going to write an if statement. If current user can manage options. And we'll open this with a curly brace. So the way this works right now is it says, if current user can manage options, do this. But we want to set this up when the current user cannot manage options. So we'll add an exclamation point. So this exclamation point is saying, if the current user cannot manage options, run this code. And what is manage options? Manage options is a WordPress capability that, generally speaking, only admins have. It's what lets us do things on the back end, like change the site settings, add plugins, things like that. That's what makes an admin. The word admin in WordPress, this is a user role, and a user role has a bunch of capabilities. So for example, an author has the capability to edit posts. We can add another user role that can manage options that might have a different name. So we don't want to say if current user role equals admin, we want to simply specify the capabilities. And that's the WordPress way to do things. So if the current user cannot manage options, then we're simply going to return false. And that's it. That's the whole function. So let's walk through this one more time. So add filter, show admin bar. So the filter we're using is the admin bar, and it filters whether or not to show the admin bar. And you can see here, we're creating a variable, return show admin bar, right? And if the current user cannot manage options, we return false. If they can manage options, we just return whatever WordPress would normally do in that situation. That's it. So let's give this a name. Disable admin bar for non-admins. And we'll save it. Okay, so before we enable, let's go over here and let's check. Okay, so there's my admin bar for my non-admin user, Mike Jones. Let me enable the snippet. Now let's go back over here and refresh the page. Okay, so the admin bar is gone for our non-admin users. Now let's just go ahead and make sure that it's showing up for me as an admin on the front end. So we'll visit the site. And there it is. We have the admin bar for me. It doesn't display for non-admin users on the front end. And we did all of that with a very simple code snippet using WPCodeBox. I hope you learned a little bit more about PHP and WordPress in general. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.